look at here now. I believe these are weeds. I hope there's something I planted, but I believe they are weeds. I could see why God telling me to let stuff grow so I can really see what's around me. But I have an app on my phone called Picture This, and you could take pictures of plants, flowers, or whatever, and it'll tell you the name of it and stuff. They say that this one is called American burnweed, and they said it's sort of like in the salad family, very edible, tasty, and things like that, okay? So, since I'm having a feeling this is weeds that done grew up in the garden, and I'm not sure, but I don't know if I planted it or not, but they said it is edible and tasty. Now, I'm thinking that over here is the same thing. This one is called American poke, P-O-K-E weed, because it sort of feels the same way and looks the same, but these have flowers. So I'm going to let the one back in the garden do what this one is doing, just to make sure that's not what it is, because this plant, American pokeweed, even though it kind of looks the same and feels the same, they're saying that this one is toxic, that it could cause vomiting, stomach ache if you ate a lot of it. And in children, they would get the effects of it being not suitable for their system. But this one I wouldn't eat, not even a small amount. But again, I've got to let the other ones grow up to see if this is the same wild weed. But what I'm starting to realize, the edible plants, they feel a different way. Not porous, tough. They feel tender and don't have sticky stuff on them. They feel tender. So, and also this one smells, I don't like the smell of it. And the other one, it doesn't smell as strong and whatever as this one does. So whether I planted that one or not, I don't know. But I've got to let it grow up to make sure it's not American pokeweed and it is American burnweed. But a lot of this stuff that grows wild, it is edible. And to learn what is, that grows wild that we can eat. So I have a feeling why God is telling me to let stuff grow so I can actually start learning what is in this yard, what grows wild. Because excuse me, I've already found out that blackberries or mulberries, we call them mulberries, but they could be blackberries or whatever, and walnuts. And now I'm 90% thinking those are weeds that popped up over here. But yes, let us start, finding other things to result in besides a grocery store, and see what grows along our fence, what grows wild in our backyard. Because I used to eat a lot of plants in the last home that I moved from. Found out that they were edible. Like I said, the petals, or in the previous video, the petals, the stalks, the stems, the leaves, the roots, all of those things are edible. And I would make teas or a pot of greens, root tea, all kinds of stuff. Some are medicinal for our health purposes, herbs, spice, herbs and all kind of things, even the pine needles. I'm thinking about making some pine tea, because I believe I heard, I'll look it up before I do it, but you could use the pine needles and make pine tea. And so yeah, it's too much in this yard. And as it keep growing up, I already found out you could eat the dandelions, the yellow ones, you know, you could eat those, the roots, the petals, the leaves. I didn't too much like the taste of it as a eating it, but the tea I wouldn't mind. You know, I had drank the root tea and stuff like that, but the petals itself, I wasn't favored of their taste of the greens when I cooked them. But yeah, I don't know what all is edible here, but I kind of feel like I know why God is saying let stuff grow up so I can figure out, you know, be taught what's around me that's edible and harmful or whatever the case may be. But thought I'd share that. Have a blessed day.